Hi guys, welcome back to another plan with me. I cannot believe it's already March. I've been filming this video now for 3 months in a row, which is crazy because when I first made the decision to like actually start doing this, I really wasn't sure if I would stick to it, but here we are 3 months in, so I will take it. I really hate when my elastic's on, you know, I don't like the look of it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jill. Welcome. If you're new, definitely subscribe, and if you're not new, welcome back. It's great to have you. I want to start off by saying, before I forget, because I will forget by the end of this video, because we'll be talking about like 100 billion different things. If you have seen these videos before, and if you have not and watched through this video, comment down below what you think of them, if you think I should add like little different segments to them, different things that I am not doing already, because really for these videos I mostly just sit down and talk. I recap the past month and we really just like talk about my goals for the coming month. So like we're gonna recap on February and about goals for March. So that's really what I do in these videos. If you think there should be like another way I go about it, let me know. Wait, will this look better with my light on? Am I gonna have to re-intro this entire video? Are you kidding me? We're keeping the light on. This light is from Amazon. Oh yeah, we're keeping this. Sorry, change of lighting for this video, guys. Whatever, I'm not even gonna start introing again, but let me know if you think I should add different things, what you might wanna hear me talk about, show, if you want more of like vlog style visual effects, let me know. Let me know what like you're looking for, okay? But for now, I will keep doing them the same way I've been doing them. February flew by. I feel like I blinked and February was over. It was a very busy month. It was my mom's birthday. It was Tyron's birthday. We went on a trip. We went to Chicago. I will be posting that video right after this one. I got back last night, like midnight, and I was already back to work this morning, and we were just like, we're getting back to it, okay? We're back into the day-to-day routine. It was a very busy month. A lot of good things happened, and also I feel like a lot of things were not accomplished either, so it was kind of like a mix of both. I feel like the month started off pretty good. I remember like I was running at the beginning of the month, and it was just like really like day-to-day things, working out. Started Crescent City 3, which was amazing, and just like very normal day-to-day shit. I feel like it was a very slow start to the month overall on all fronts, on like goals, on like doing different things. Like I really just like stayed pretty consistent. And then work really revved up. Like I knew going into the month that work was gonna like knock me on my ass, but like I had so many plans for filming 50-hour work week videos and like just taking you through that part of my days. I was so exhausted for like a good 2 out of the however many weeks was in February, 3.5, 4 weeks. We had like this massive tournament at work, so that took all my time. Most of my days were 10 to 13 hour days. 1 day off a week. Next week was 50 hours. Another week was 50 hours. I feel like I haven't stopped working until I went to Chicago. So really like my personal life took the backseat to work. You know, it's good for the financial goals, but like it's not sustainable long term when you have personal goals and your life isn't work. You know, our lives aren't just work. It was a very difficult, I feel like, month for me, a bit mentally. I was really trying to stay positive and not like spiral down, because I'll do that with myself. Like I will try my best to stay positive, but if I like slip up too much, think, okay, I'm not good at anything, I've got nothing done, you know, and you almost like affirm it with yourself. You like look at what you haven't accomplished or haven't done, and like it's almost as if you're like proving it to yourself that like, oh yeah, see, you can't do this, look, here's the proof. Like, oh, your brain wants to have proof of your thoughts. Your brain wants you to know. Your brain's just trying to be correct so you can operate normally, because change is difficult, and like when you're changing yourself, you're changing your life, you're changing your day-to-day, it's not easy, and it takes a lot of adjusting mentally. So if it's like easier to fall back into those old like mental habits, like that normal flow that I feel like most of us tend to do. So yeah, it was a very rough month on the goals front. I remember multiple times this month I was thinking like, I really haven't accomplished anything. Like I really have not accomplished shit. And I kind of hated that because it made me feel a little bad. This is my time to remind you that like not every month is going to be super successful. Like some months for goals are going to be so amazing, and some are going to be really not good. You may have only accomplished one thing, but if your goal was to accomplish that one thing, at least something was accomplished. So January started so strong and it went so strong. February I lulled, but like good things did happen in like the personal life. Like some good private, like, happy things did happen. I feel like on my personal goals check off list, not the greatest. So then it was our trip to Chicago. It was Tyron's birthday, and I surprised him with a trip to Chicago. So much fun, guys. I've been there once before, so it was so excited to reunite with the city, explore it as like an adult. It was so fun. I will post that vlog probably the next upload. I was very off with my uploads this month as well. I missed so many uploads. Like I said, work really got the best of me, and the rest of the time I spent in bed sleeping, eating, or back to work. So we're gonna recap on my February goals. If you are new to my plan with me, let me break it down very quickly. If you're not new, you've already heard this a million times by now. I made my year goals in January, and then I broke those year goals down into quarterly goals. So 4 smaller goals I want to get to in order to reach that one big goal, and then I broke it down even more, and we are doing it month to month. So the monthly goals are to reach that quarterly goal, and those quarterly goals hopefully will add up to reach the year goals. So it's more of an attainable way to reach the goals, because when you're looking at your big yearly goals, it seems like this mountain to climb. But if you're only looking at the next little, the little peak, it's a little bit easier. It seems more attainable, and I feel like it's more motivating, and it's easier when you're trying to build your self-discipline to then reach that bigger goals. That is what I do. So we're gonna go over the monthly goals. I can't believe April's next month. We're already gonna be in quarter 2, which is nuts. I've already learned so much in regards to my goals. So we'll talk all about that though in the next plan with me next month, but we're gonna like really hustle in March. That is the mindset. I'm not stopping for anything or anyone, because I did in February and that didn't do me so good. So let's talk about it. I have everything in a Google Doc as well. I really want to try Notion in the next quarter. We'll see. I'm not the biggest tech girly. I can use a Google Doc really well. Like, I really know how to type words on a blank page, okay? Have everything on my Google Doc. So all for the months. The pink highlight is for goals I accomplished, and the orange highlight is for goals I want to modify. I'm gonna keep this format through the whole quarter. So the first 3 months, and then the next quarter I might, like I said, change the way I go about the quarterly and monthly planning, just because I don't know if this is the most productive, useful way of goal checking. I'm learning as I go. Everything is trial and error, and I haven't been doing this that long, so it's taking me some time to really find my footing in like the planning day to day, month to month, and just seeing what's gonna work best for me. So basically I'm gonna go over what my February goals were, and then I'm gonna like talk about them, see how we did, and then we'll adjust and move forward for March. A lot of my goals are repetitive because I have made big goals for the year, and I didn't make like 30 of them, I didn't make that many. So a lot of these smaller goals might sound repetitive if you tune in a lot to these videos, because they are. I have broken that big goal into smaller goals, so I'm constantly trying to hit these smaller goals to then reach that big goal. So it is gonna seem really repetitive, but I really wanna show like the nitty gritty of like attempting and trying to accomplish goals and adjusting as I go. So this is really trial and error. Like, my life is basically an experiment. It's a trial and error. I have 4 categories: health and wellness, miscellaneous, content, and financial. These are all very important to me in so many different ways. Purposely broken down the goals to fit into these categories. I curated my goals and the way I set them up to fit into these categories, because those are the main pillars of my life that I really need to focus on right now. My health and wellness. Miscellaneous is just like all the random things that like fall under that umbrella. Content, because this is really important to me, and financial. So those are like the 4 pillars that I'm really trying to focus on in my life right now. So let's talk about health and wellness. Off the bat, immediately failed this goal. Okay, I'm just gonna be straight up with it. Start the Nike 5K program. It's 8 weeks. My plan was to do it for February and March, and I was like, perfect, we're gonna hit the 5K goal, run a 5K, and then we'll move on to the 10K. I was like fully prepared to do that, but with, again, it's gonna sound repetitive because my life is repetitive. With working so much, my working out took a major back seat to that, and I really gave into it as well. I feel like I could have pushed myself more, but I did not. I feel like I could have found ways to like wake up a little earlier, find ways to really maneuver things, or just like put myself in a position to be able to accomplish this goal, but I did not. So I did do a few runs, but I barely even accomplished week 1 out of the 4, which is actually really disappointing because in January I was doing so good. I'm not gonna modify this goal. I'm really gonna just like pick it back up in March and pretend February didn't even exist, push back the timeline a little bit. But it is what it is, you know, when you work full-time and your schedule is like a roller coaster, it's really difficult to be self-disciplined and really push yourself, but it's not an excuse either. So did not hit that goal. Read 4 books. So for the entire month of February, I was basically reading Crescent City 3. Loved it. Loved it. I will do a deep dive in the reading vlogs. I know not everybody is into reading, so if you are, go watch the book club videos because I'm like slowly creating a little book club on my channel. So fun. But because of my work schedule, again, it's all I will be talking about for February, because really that like consumed my brain and my body. I took a while reading Crescent City 3 because I worked so much, I didn't have a ton of time to be reading, and because of, I feel like it's very detailed and it takes a lot of focus to understand the world building. If you miss one detail, you could miss the understanding of a whole storyline, because that's the beauty of Sarah J Maas. But it took me a while to get through this book. It took me about 3 weeks, and then I was like so determined to hit 4 books, okay? I read a book right before we left for our trip to Chicago. The day before, I started and read an entire book, and then on the plane I started a book, and then I finished it right before we left, and then on the plane back home I started another book. I got to 80% last night before I went to bed, and I will be finishing it tonight. I know it's March 1st, but can we just say I accomplished this goal? Like, I need one thing in February to say you did it. Let's just say I read 4 books, please. My goal is to read 50 books in the year. I gotta break it down quarterly. That's basically 4 books a month, maybe 5. I think at one point I have to like add a book or 2. I don't know, but we're still so early in the year, I'm not stressed about it right now. Yoga. Didn't do it. Not once did I do it. I think last month I said I'm planning on going, I think it was like, I said like, oh, tomorrow from when I was filming. Never went. And I was like, oh yeah, let's head, accomplish that goal. Didn't go. I think I'm going to completely take out yoga from immediate goals, because the goal overall is to like start and do yoga through the months, but it's a lot. I'm trying here, and I think I just need to get perfect, nearly perfect at one thing before I like keep adding more. So we're gonna focus on running, and then when it's time for me to eventually leave Florida, still trying to figure it out. We'll talk about it in the near future. We're still trying to figure that out, if we're moving or not. I haven't spoken too much about that actually, but this is not the video to talk about it in. I work in hospitality if you're new, and I move every 6 months, but that might be coming to an end soon. So we'll talk about that when I have made a decision about that. Right now, the yoga is just gonna be pushed to maybe Q2. It really depends on where I am, finding a studio, and just like really trying to figure out what's best for me in that regard. Did not do it. Cook 1 to 2 meals per week. I definitely did this. I definitely ate out more as well this month. I did a lot of door dashing because we did less grocery shopping, I feel like, this month, and more eating out, but is what it is. But I still definitely cooked 1 to 2 meals per week. Wake up at 7 a.m. I did that. I've been doing really good. That's the one consistent goal I have been so good with. Miscellaneous, travel somewhere new. I haven't been to Chicago as an adult, so can I just say that I did that. January I didn't travel anywhere. February I traveled to Chicago. It's been 5 years since I've been, and I didn't really go as like a legal adult. I am now 23, and I went when I was like freshly 18. Like, it was the month after I turned 18, so 5 years ago to the weekend actually, which is crazy to say. It's very weird how that like works out. I went to Chicago, so I kind of want to say yes because of my technicalities here, okay? But I just feel like I explored the city from such different eyes. Like, I feel like I didn't remember anything when I was back there. I ate in a completely different part of the city. I could drink, I went to different places, like I was Kyron, so it was just very different experience. And like I said, I had only been there once, and it was for like 3 days, so can we count it? Please, let me know. Can we count that? What else? Start looking for a therapist. Didn't do it. I really need to focus on this in March, but I did not. I didn't, and that's okay. This month, I'm really going to put time and effort into that. And then time with friends. Did I spend time with friends? Not really. We all worked a crazy ton. I didn't like see anybody that I don't live with. And I live with friends right now, multiple friends. We have like breakfasts together or nights together where we hang out for like an hour or two, and we see each other a lot. But friends that like I'm making an effort to say like, hey, let's grab dinner, let's get coffee, didn't do it. And it makes me very sad, and I feel really bad for it. So again, in March, we're really gonna try to be disciplined on all fronts. I do know it is gonna be another crazy month with work though, so I am a little nervous about these goals, because I'm like, if I don't pull it together in March, I feel like I'm gonna just like slip off, and I don't want to slip off my goals. So content, post 2 videos per week. No, I'm not gonna modify this goal either. I don't think I'm gonna modify any goal up until this point, because really I know the issue is increased work hours and a little bit of a lack of self-discipline. And I think this is where, when it's time to increase the self-discipline a little bit, and you know, remind myself that like there's a time and a place for certain things, but also remind myself like, you know, with self-care and taking care of your body and your mind, etc., etc. But I also have to remind myself, if I want to reach these goals, this is the current situation I'm in, okay? I have not chosen to leave my job and get less work hours or a more balanced schedule. I'm choosing not to do that. So if I want to reach these goals, I need to choose to do that in addition to, and find the balance and figure out how to do it, because I'm very easy to be like, well, Jill, self-care, take care of yourself, and then slip completely, when sometimes you have to be hard on yourself and you have to say, it's time to get up. It's time to focus on the goal. It's time to sacrifice maybe some rest time for the next 30 days so you can really work towards goals that are important to you, because it's not going to be like this forever. So I think there's like trying to find the balance, that time and place to really like hold yourself, but also times to like be strict with yourself. And I think in March, my work schedule isn't really going to slow down. So I either need to decide right now, am I going to be a bit more like, you know, holding myself, taking care of myself, which is very important. I don't want to say, I'm not trying to say it's not important, but I also need to say, okay, get up, because you have to. So like I said, the videos, I did not post 2 videos a week. I think I missed 3 uploads at least this month, and that sucks, because it's really like 8 videos per month. I think I posted 5. Let me count, actually, I'm curious. No, I didn't even post 5. I don't think, did I? Nope, I posted 4. Hit 1,300 subscribers on YouTube. I did not. Next, post 5 Instagram pics. I didn't post 1 single Instagram picture. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what happens when you're not self-disciplined. This is the proof in the pudding. When I was so on it in January, I was on my shit, and I was basically accomplishing all the goals. Plan TikTok and shorts content and post. I didn't do the posting part, but I did plan the content and how I want a content schedule to go. I just have to be very disciplined with it. So I'm gonna probably keep that goal for March. And then finally, financial goals, pay off all of Amex card. I did it. If you watched my debt video where I opened up about my debt journey, a lot of people actually saw that. I was not expecting that, but I did do that, and I paid it off in that video, which is so cool. So yes, I did that. Pay off 500 on another card. I didn't. I had 2 checks in the month of February. One was good, but most of that was used towards my Amex, and the other paycheck was really not good, and I needed that for like car payments and bills and stuff like that. All minimums on credit cards, yes. I have not missed a payment for my minimums, which is very important. Budget every 2 weeks, yes. Put 20% of check into emergency fund, no. I said I'm pretty sure in February I might have to adjust that goal. I don't want to adjust that goal. I really would like to somehow figure out a way to stick to it, but I might have to drop the percentage down. Now I think I might drop it down from 20% to 10%. I still want to make sure money is going in, but really most of my money is going towards debt payoff right now, because until I am out of debt, I can't focus on other goals. So that was February. Not my best. I really hope that's my worst month of the year. I really hope that's it, because I did not do as well as I hoped I would do. So I really hope going forward we do a little better. But let's move on to March. Health and wellness. Wake up at 7 a.m. every day. Let's do it. Let's get back into running and do this Nike running program the first 4 weeks. I have to kind of restart that, because I probably lost all my endurance for what I built up in January. So we're gonna get back into it. I really care about my body, and it helps my mental health as well to be exercising. So I want to be back on that. Even I need to figure out how that falls in with my work schedule. I have to figure that out. I might have to run outside more. Like I might have to do things that I wouldn't normally do, because normally I run on the treadmill, but the gym doesn't open up till 9 and I have to leave the house by like 9:30. Sometimes I have to leave the house at 8 for my work schedule. So I think I need to just figure out how to fit this in, even if I have to like not go to the gym and go run outside or something like that. So we'll figure it out. Read 4 books. I'm pretty sure I know what books I want to read this month, so very excited about that. My cooking goal did change for March. I really am like going all in on my goals, and I want to spend basically no money on takeout this month. Maybe once every 2 weeks, twice a month. But I really want to focus on my money goals, and this does tie into my food because I feel like it's so easy to spend money on food. So I want to cook 3 times per week and 1 new recipe per week. I've developed a good like 5 or 6 solid recipes, but I really want to try new things. So 1 out of those 3, 1 needs to be new. Like I get bored, so the moment I start getting bored with food, then you want to start, you know, ordering out and go back to old reliable. Miscellaneous, I do want to travel somewhere new. I think I know where this might be, and it's actually going to be more local to Florida. FaceTime friends. I have been off my FaceTiming game. I haven't been chatting with the friends as much lately, and I miss them. So I want to make more of an effort to call them. And then time with friends. Again, I really want to make an effort to see a friend in person, whether we go to the beach or for a coffee or something, and just have that like in-person connection, because I really have been not good at seeing people, and a big part of it again is my work schedule, but I really need to work on it because it's very important. I'm just honestly like I love my alone time, so I have a hard time like when I do get time off of work, I want to like enjoy my alone time, but I really always enjoy my time with friends. But it is more of an effort for me to like get out and go spend time with people, not because I don't want to, but because I feel like I don't have a lot of time off of work. So when I do, I really try to like get things done. Content, post 2 videos per week. This is still my goal. Monday and Friday. Hit 1,300 subscribers on YouTube. I might stop sharing my numbers goals. It just makes me feel vain. I explained this in the February reset, so go watch that video if you want to hear me talk all about it. It makes me just feel like everyone's gonna think that I'm focused on numbers, but it's, again, I'm not gonna explain it. I would like to see growth in my channel this year. So post 5 Instagram pics. I have so many pictures from Chicago that I can now post in March because I went like at the last days of February. I will be posting on my grid. I do post on my story a lot, so follow me on Instagram. It's linked in my description box as well. Post every other day on TikTok and Shorts. I figured out the plan for it. Now I just need to execute it. And the last final category, very exciting, financial. Starting off with a big one. This makes me nervous. I'm gonna pay off my entire Discover card. That is my medium-sized credit card. There is about $4 grand on that credit card. I would like to pay off the entire. This angle may have slightly changed. My camera did in fact die, so I had to change out the battery. So we are back. Okay, financial goals. I want to pay off my entire Discover credit card. Like I said, there's about $4 grand on there. That credit card's a big one, but I have 3 pay periods in the month of March, so I'm really hoping I can find a way to do this, but I have to be so strict with myself. Pay all minimums. That's probably going to be the one consistent financial goal through this entire year. I want to put 10% of my paychecks into my emergency fund. The goal for the year is $5 grand. Right now we are at a total of 0. So I gotta find a way to really beef it up and like, you know, fluff it up and start adding to it. I could still accomplish this goal. I have so much time still, but I really would like to get it done sooner than later so I can move on to new financial goals. But in case something happens to me, or I can't work, or some emergency comes up, I really want to make sure I have something under me. That money is probably not going to stay there forever. But if I need it, I want it to be there for an emergency or something. So that is why that goal is there. So I'm gonna work on 10% for my 3 paychecks, so we'll see. And then the last financial goal is to still budget every 2 weeks. I am gonna do a payday video, a payday routine, so we're gonna talk all about how I budget and all of that, so look out for that video. It should be up within the next few videos. So turn your post notifications on, because I know a lot of you guys love like the financial videos, and you know, we're just a girly in our 20s trying to figure it out, okay? Like, I'm working on it. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really am hoping March is like a hustle, self-discipline kind of month. Like, it is the month I need to be less relaxed and more self-disciplined. You gotta recognize where you messed up. You should have done something different. You gotta pick yourself up and keep going and come back stronger, because I feel like in February, I look back and I'm like, oh, there's so many times I could have like done better to accomplish goals, because as you saw, I barely accomplished anything. There was so many white lines, whereas like January, there was so much pink from all the things I accomplished. I hope you guys have a great March. Comment down below some big goals you have, or just any goal, really. Let's do it, guys. Let's get some goals done. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I did not forget actually, comment down below if you want to see any just changes to the format. If you like when I sit here and talk, just leave some feedback below. Comment those goals below, and I will see you all in the next vlog. Have a great day. Bye, guys.